Everyone tells you that Key West is a charming, laid-back little beach town full of quirky local shops. But what they don't tell you is that this island is also a minefield of tourist traps. Let's find out what's actually worth doing and, more importantly, what you need to skip so you don't waste hundreds of dollars and hours of your life in the sweltering sun. Starting at the bottom of this list is the Key West Shipwreck Museum. You might think this is a deep dive into maritime history or the island's storied past, but the reality is that it leans a little more toward live actors in costumes and what are, in my opinion, cheesy displays better suited for little kids. Even the main attraction, climbing the 65-foot lookout tower, was completely underwhelming for me. If you're going with little kids, they may be a big fan of this place though. If you're looking for more real shipwreck history, head over to the Mel Fisher Maritime Museum instead, which is the only museum in the Florida Keys right now fully accredited by the American Alliance of Museums, if that tells you anything. When you're walking around Key West, you'll notice the Conch train. You can ride this train for a full 1-hour tour, or you can use it as a hop-on, hop-off type of thing. But you need to know that for the hop-on, hop-off part, there does need to be empty seats on that train arriving for them to be able to pick you back up. So if it's a really busy day, it might be a little harder to find seats again. I did learn a lot of great history on this tour, but as an actual mode of transportation, it's not the easiest option you could find. If you've ever thought, what I want to do on vacation is see a dead writer's house, then have I got some good news for you. Welcome to the Hemingway House. This is the actual home and writing studio of the legendary author Ernest Hemingway. But the main draw here isn't the literature. It's the massive colony of 6-toed cats roaming the property. As an English major, I wanted to love this place. But to be real, you're paying a premium for a cat sanctuary with a gift shop attached. Look, if you're incredibly invested in literary history or are a huge cat person, it's a neat stop. But for pretty much everyone else, this could feel more like a waste of money. Enough of this land stuff. You need to get out on the water. And in Key West, being out on the water is basically a non-negotiable. And kayaking through a mangrove forest can be absolutely magical. But here's the truth. The mangroves in Key West look a lot like the mangrove forests I've seen in other places. So if you're just a casual kayaker like I am, and you've done a mangrove tour on another trip, I probably wouldn't burn precious Key West vacation time doing it again here unless it's just a personal favorite. Now, if you want to hit the sand, head to the southernmost state park in Florida, Fort Zachary Taylor. This is a historical fort that's genuinely neat to see, and it's very quick to explore.
If I was an 1800 soldier, I think I would just hang out up here. Nice breeze.
But we need to talk about the beach attached to it. On one hand, it's incredibly convenient that a swimmable beach is so close, and it has great shade. But hear me out. Key West beaches can be rocky. These are not all magical, sprawling Caribbean white sand beaches with parasailing. But if you manage your expectations before you step on the sand, you can still have a great time. Everyone is going to tell you to go to Mallory Square for the sunset celebration. This is an iconic part of Key West trips. And yes, you do need to do this at least once. The entire area turns into a sort of street festival. But here's the catch no one mentions. It's still aggressively hot at sunset. You might be standing in a crowd sweating.
It's 110 degrees, it feels like.
So get your Instagram photos, see the performers, and then plan on finding some shade or air conditioning. You could also wait until after dark when the temperature starts dropping, but by then you've missed the entire point of going, which is watching the sun do its job. Mallory Square is the quintessential Key West sunset spot. But there's also another big contender, Sunset Key. For dinner, this is a phenomenal foodie experience. You take a boat to a private island. I absolutely love this, and I love that you can easily book your private island dinner online. But you should know that it can be a very pricey evening. And if you're traveling with a big group, or if you're on the fence about whether this would fit into your trip budget, it's not worth breaking the bank just to say you went. After all, I mean, you'll just be hungry again tomorrow anyway.
You know how when you eat a really good salad and you're just like, maybe vegans are onto something.
Welcome to Duval Street. This is the heart of Key West. You can spend a couple of hours walking these open-air shops, and it will not disappoint. You can find everything from cheap souvenirs to high-end gallery art. But the real reason you're walking is to eat key lime pie. You cannot come all the way to this island and not try its namesake dessert. Your absolute top contenders here are Kermit's Key Lime Shop, Matheson's, and the original Key Lime Pie Bakery. And top tip, at one of these places, skip the standard slice of key lime pie and try a frozen slice dipped in chocolate. It's aggressive and it's mandatory. Other than pie, snorkeling is one of the most popular things to do in Key West. Now, there is a coral reef, but on the day we went, the water was really murky and there was low visibility. I actually enjoy the snorkeling tours here that have other things with them rather than just at the reef. Maybe they go and find wild dolphins for you to see, or they know where you can snorkel with a stingray. The options for tours here are endless. and you can for sure find one that you'll love. You can even do a massive boat tour where you get the jet skis, the inflatable water slides, snorkeling, and sandbars, all in a single day. The sandbars alone give you these incredible photo opportunities and real tropical island oasis vibes.
We're on a sandbar off of Key West. I'm just walking here in the ocean.
I'll put links to some of my favorite tours in the description if you want to check those out. Finally, we reach the absolute best thing I think you can do in Key West: Dry Tortugas National Park. This is a remote island out in the ocean. It's a bucket list type of place. It might also be one of the bigger expenses of your trip if you decide to go.
Now I'll be snorkeling right off of a 19th century fort, just like the founding fathers intended.
But if you want to do something truly unique that you can't do anywhere else in the world, or if you're a national park super fan, buckle up because this is unmatched. Getting there can be a massive logistical hurdle though. I actually have a whole video breaking down the two options for how you can get there. That video, the Key West weekend itinerary video, and lots of others are all in this same Key West playlist, so be sure to check them out.